This year, goals are going to be scored. But you got to make the right choice. You're trying to outthink me. I'm trying to outthink you. If you want FIFA success, you're playing your opposition. You don't need a new dog. You need the chip life. What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Mike LaBelle, and the energy is through the roof. This is the ultimate finishing tutorial. Like the video, comment down below, because we're going to cover everything. We've had a little more time with the game. I've got 7 different methods to finish a 1v1. Whether you're weekend league, division rivals, playing your friends, co-op, you name the game mode, this will get the job done, and it's very situational. I repeat, situational. So support it, share it around the community. All the gameplay happens live on Twitch. I appreciate you guys. Stay beautiful. I love you, and I can't wait to start talking about some gameplay. Today is very, very special. And if you want more breakdowns, more clips, you want to join our community that really focuses for the FIFA enthusiasts, head on over to not only the YouTube channel with FIFA School, but also the Patreon. You can get involved there. We have a private Discord. We have a top 20 trader in the world, all encompassing your one-stop shop. Can you tell the Red Bull is hidden? I'm not going to hold you up because we have a lot to discuss. And if you have questions, we have the comment section. Use it. I look at the comments. I go back and forth with you guys. I get a lot of ideas for videos, and it allows me to poll the community to really know what you need, when you need it, how you need it, the questions that you have. I'm here to be your FIFA instructor. Let's begin with across the body shot taking. What you're looking for, and when in doubt, shoot across the body. Kind of a simple rule of thumb. We've got Inaki Williams, Jesus, playing the 1-2 game. Wait for this breakdown. It is going to be nasty. You've hit the preview. Jesus into open space. We'll talk a lot more about defending. Separate video. Skill moves. Separate video. But Jesus, here we go. Ah! Little nutmeg. And then this is the freeze frame that you ask for. And you might say, well, where am I supposed to shoot? You're dead center. You're right. You got options. You could either go right here. Right here. You open up your body. You go for maybe a finesse shot. You could try to power it home. But really what you're looking for, once again, across the body, strong side. And you should take into consideration, where's the goalkeeper positioned? You always need to take a quick glance up. Similar to real life. If you play football at a high level, you're a striker. Yes, you know where the corners are at. But if you get a chance, that half second where you get to look up or reevaluate your positioning, you do it. You absolutely do it. And I bring the defenders up because AI blocks are real. If you shoot this way, maybe this guy does something crazy. We don't like that. There's no one right here. Shoot across the body. You're going to power that home. Count it. Count it. Moving on. We're far from done. Oh, the dummy. This breakdown's going to come up again because we have this 50-50. And whenever you have that much space to work with, all this space, it is worth the risk of using maybe an attacking skill move or a forward-thinking skill move, running fake shot, and then we have all the time in the world. Now, the reason that you want to maximize that time, where does the goalkeeper go? I look up. I got time. Goalkeeper is sitting on the near post. Look at this, sitting. You might ask about power. Most of the time, we're looking at maybe 50%, give or take. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be extremely precise for some of the finishing. This year, goals are going to be scored. But you got to make the right choice. If you're not clinical, you lose games. Every game I've struggled in, it wasn't because I created chances. It's because I did not convert enough of those chances. Buries it. Read them and weep. One more because you need it. At least with this finish. Bursting into space. I like this example, even though we got a lot of time to work with. You've opened up your body. Rodrigo is left-footed. Past FIFAs, you're probably saying, open up your body, finesse shot, this is what's going to happen, or maybe even a pass across. No. Even with the goalkeeper's positioning, and he's scooted slightly to the far post. I mean, you've got your body open. You're going to get more oomph, more kick, more power, and you have enough time to line it up. So take your time, power it home, put something behind it. Ugh! That counts. When I tell you I got chips, we're not talking dips. But we got a lot of chips, and that is going to be the second way of finishing that we got to talk about. We need to review this. This is important. So we've got space to work with. We're going to see this lovely chip through ball. Opens up the space. And what's different this year, we're going to hit this first time. You can score volleys first time, chips first time, finishing in general first time exists. It happens. And I go just over 50% power, but general rule of thumb, and it does depend on the goalkeeper's positioning, the player that you have, the caliber of the player. A high-rated, low-rated can achieve a chip perfection. I could try to hit a volley. Not saying it wouldn't go in, but it's not as easy. It's more complicated. It comes at a height where the goalkeeper reacts. It's more in his bread and butter zone. The chip, goalkeeper falls down. It counts. We celebrate. You want more? People need a through ball tutorial, foot draft, goalkeeper way off his line, smoke show. You could walk this around the goalkeeper. You could go with a chip. You could take an early shot. I would take one of the first two options. Too much space. It's easy. Goalkeeper is going to collapse. Falls down like a ton of bricks. Later, watch him chase it down. We celebrate. and I feel good about myself. If you're not sure how to use the chip, LB, if you're on the Xbox, L1, that's going to be your modifier with the shooting command. And you got the chip life. I'm going to tell you right now, this goal is going to be nasty. A lot of fuego. It's coming from the Spaniard. We're not done with Mr. Williams. Look at the work. The goalkeeper, he's hesitant. You look at him. He's hesitant. He stepped forward. He went back. This is another reason that the chip is so valuable. You don't need a new dog. You need the chip life. Japes would approve. We're going to go for here. And this is a little more difficult. And you also need just a tad bit more power. I would say just over 2 bars. But you're going for a precise finish. The goalkeeper's not in the most perfect positioning. But I found, and you'll find this as a helpful tip, I think, Inaki Williams only has a 2-star weak foot. For whatever reason, that does not affect his chips. But if I were to try to power this up with his 2-star weak foot, left foot, the struggle is going to be real. I don't know where it's going. You don't know where it's going. You're unaffected. It's gorgeous. Third way to finish, the finesse shot. Now, there are circumstances this works, but I am not recommending the finesse shot as your first or second option. Certain players have enough curve. You've opened up that angle. Someone like Messi or Mahrez. In this case, we're going to see Jota, and you'll see what I'm talking about. My opponent missed times an offside trap, so we've got a lot of space, a lot of time, so I say, why not? Let's try this out. I didn't want to go for a pass across in this instance because I'm still messing around with the finishing. You could see that the goalkeeper is also still hugging the near post, much closer to the near post, which allows you then to power up a finesse shot, put it into the back corner. But the big key is that your body and your positioning is perfect. And you have to make sure the work is done prior to unleashing this option. If you don't know how to do a finesse shot, you're holding RB on the Xbox, R1 on the PlayStation. That's your modifier, and then watch it work. Same thing, keeper, no chance, out of position, and we were already with our body opened up. We move. And this clip is a really solid example of when and why you should use the finesse shot. So we get a takeaway. My opposition makes a mistake. You see the goalkeeper's coming off his line. And the reason that I bring this up as a time that you want to use the finesse, if I use the power shot in this circumstance, near post or far post, and especially on the far post, sometimes you put it wide, but the goalkeeper's more likely to get a hand, or it hits his body, it hits a leg, something happens because he's charging at me. So you've got 2 options. You can either go for a little dink chip, which is not in my mind frame here because I've already opened up my body. I have a left footer. Ironically, this is Tellis, who's a fullback. Know your personnel. I'm not saying that he's gifted for scoring finesse shots, but he's inside the box. We got it on his dominant foot, and I want to repeat my positioning. My body is positioned properly. I've already opened up my body for his dominant left foot, and it slots it home. We slot that home. Second run, Tellis, goalkeeper, no man's land. He's on an island. He's complaining. Fair play. Defenders can still score goals. Finishing method number 4. And even though this isn't my best gameplay initially, it's fantastic composure. This is the only way that you would score in this circumstance. And we're going to talk about and showcase walking it around the goalkeeper. Whether it's a ball roll, it's a body feint, it's a quick touch to the side. This still works. Sometimes you're going to need to create a larger angle for your finish. But enjoy. Watch this. Inaki Williams, not a good ball. It ends up being fantastic. The keeper's coming out. In this circumstance, if I shoot, it's going to hit the goalkeeper. Doesn't matter what I go with. A chip, a power shot, a finesse shot, because we're going to meet at right about the same time. There's only one way that I will convert. Only one. And that's going to be a quick ball roll. And if you don't know how to do a ball roll, perfect. I'll put together this tutorial, but on your analog, just move it to the right, move it to the left, the way that you're facing. Very simple. It's not a complicated skill move. It's maybe one of the most basic, and this year it's not punishable at all. There is no negative anything about using the ball roll, so it is the perfect combination skill. Enjoy. Goalkeeper misses you out of the picture. You see what I'm saying? Nothing else is going to score there. Nothing. Disagree? Tell me in the comments. This is the only route that will guarantee you a goal. 1 of 1. A little more classic in example 2. Williams, tons of space. Goalkeeper comes off his line. You've got to commit early if you're going to do a ball roll or a body feint or try to take on the keeper. In this position, I choose not to pass it across. The goalkeeper's off his line. I know that Williams isn't necessarily known for his footwork. He's not one of the best dribblers in the game. So I have to execute this early in case I need to do 2 ball rolls. But you can do that. I repeat, there is 0 punishment for using the ball roll in this FIFA installment. Not saying last year there was a big punishment for this skill. I didn't say that, but skill combinations and chaining in particular, last year, EA had implemented adjustments that just negatively impacted skill moves. Ball roll, keeper goes down. That's what you're waiting for. And then you finish. Doesn't matter that it's his weak foot. And that's the big key that I want to reiterate. I want to refresh. If that goalkeeper does not go down, he does not commit, you're going to need a second ball roll or a second touch. Moving forward, number 5. This is called the light touch, the gentle touch. You're just going to tap it home. I've got you covered. You might say, what the hell are you talking about? Perfect. So we've got this breakdown play. We go for it. You're in this zone. There's not a lot of space between you and the goalkeeper. You might ask, well, what am I supposed to do in this situation? You have to lightly touch the shooting command. It could be a finesse shot. It could be a normal shot. And hopefully you have someone that has the composure and high finishing, but you cannot power this up. It takes a second. There's not really a delay, but your player's got to wind up his shot. But if you just lightly touch it, just bam, bam, bam. And like I said, you don't need a modifier. You could also score maybe a mini chip here, but lightly touch it. And you're going to tap it home. It'll go right beside him, right under him. As I said, less than 25% power, or maximum around 1 bar. The idea is to quickly beat the goalkeeper before he's able to get down. And I would not recommend doing this on the near post. I find better effectiveness if you're shooting across the body, or even if you're facing this way, that's fine. One example is good, but you guys like a double. Look at the through ball. Look at the through ball. I already let it loose. Let me showcase that all one more time. I'll get a better freeze frame. Feed Cristiano. The goalkeeper's coming out. Once again, I'm losing that angle. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I do not have the ability, if he's coming out full force here, to shoot with 2-3 bars of power. I've got to change my approach. The near post is still slightly covered, so we're just going to go across the body. It's a light touch. Can't do anything with it. It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Keeper goes down. He's out of the picture. We convert, and we celebrate. Now we're talking near post. I didn't say cut it out, eliminate it. It's just, generally speaking, across the body is more effective, but it's not sure-proof. And you have to always, and I mean this deep down, please review your gameplay. You're able to then analyze and make adjustments. We break through. Cristiano Ronaldo, through ball tutorial coming soon. So you might say, surely you're going to shoot across the body, or you're going to pass to the oncoming attacking player. I felt as if my opponent was doing a good job with this defender, and he was going to step into space here. So if I went across the body, it's going to be blocked, or potentially could be blocked. We don't like that. And if he steps there, or if I misread that step, then this pass maybe is not as open as I think it is. Goalkeeper, he's left enough room. This is Cristiano Ronaldo. So we're going to beat this down on the near post. And it still goes in, but I would not recommend prioritizing the near post in compared to going to the far post. Also, I know my personnel. Cristiano can hit this. We could challenge the goalkeeper. We do just that. We're also sitting from about 8-9 yards out. Cristiano should be able to convert that. This was more about knowing I could score in the near post, but also that my opposition could make a block or could make an interception. You're trying to outthink me. I'm trying to outthink you. If you want FIFA success, you're playing your opposition. You're not just playing the virtual players that are on the pitch or the squad that's been put together. We don't just give you one example. Intricate build up the turn. This is LaBelle. LaBelle has a 3-star weak foot, and it's always been a little bit dodgy. So you look at the goalkeeper. As you're firing this up, it's more difficult for me to beat the defender and go across the body with someone who has a weak foot limitation when the goalkeeper's in the middle of his goal. That's why I talk about taking that glance. I know that this is open. And from this distance, just beyond the penalty spot, we're going to beat it home. Don't make a game more complicated than it has to be. If your opposition doesn't take it away, that's fine. We're going to walk through that red carpet. Power. Goalkeeper falls down. Power. I repeat. Oh, look at Havertz dancing, prancing, lays it off to Salah. Salah is left-footed, but more importantly, where is the defensive player standing? If I shoot this way, could this get blocked? I have a very small window, a small gap. The answer is yes. Yes, it can. And it might even be likely to get blocked. So you go ahead, open your body, power this home right here. Bam. Count it. And we move. 4-all, 84th minute. That goal mattered. That's composure. Number 6. And this is for those players that have the outside of the foot trait. They're going to give you that TRIVELA action. A little banana. Likes their swerve, the swaz. I've got you. Hold on. Wait a moment. Great takeaway. Defense tutorial coming soon. The layoff. That's LaBelle. We already know he doesn't have the weak foot. We don't like that. You open up your body, but you know that he's going to hit that with the outside of the boot. He could do it. You line it up, let him use his dominant foot. You power this through. It's a normal shot. No additional modifications. No finesse, no chip, no low driven. On a side note, I really haven't seen a lot of low driven increase people's efficiency. We'll see throughout some weekend leagues, but overall, it hasn't been a big step up, so why make the game more difficult? That might be the theme of this video. You line up your body, outside of the booty finishes. One more time, I want that in full speed for all of you. The takeaway, it's there. The layoff, Cristiano, Dybala. You see that in real life. Outside of the boot, you tuck it away. It's still across the body, but you're playing the way that you're facing. You keep it simple, and this works on both sides. You got a lefty on the left side, a right-footed player on the right side. Make sure that you angle that player. 1 bar, 2 bars of power. I wouldn't give you the Dirty Mike stamp of approval for 3 or closer to 4 bars unless you're shooting from long distance. Last but not least, number 7, and this might seem basic. I still wanted to include it in the video. We're just going to beat it home the way that we're facing. We already lined it up. It might look predictable. It might look too easy, but you can still score like this. This is even more important, though, if you're hesitant. So in this position, I wasn't really sure. Do I want to try to hit this on the near post? The goalkeeper's standing there. He's covered up a lot of this angle. I don't think so. So we're going to go across the body. When I was playing, I didn't notice who I had passed it to. Therefore, without that knowledge, I don't want to start using a finesse shot and blow an opportunity. If you don't know that you're on the dominant foot and that you got a finesse shot taker trait, you got a player that has the curve, that has that actual capability that's in his locker. If you don't know that for sure, you go with power. So I've already opened my body. I'm not sure if he's capable of hitting the finesse. So we're not going to touch the finesse across the body. You still score this. Put some oomph behind it. A little 2-bar action. Keeper falls down. It goes into the corner. A little more finesse. I wasn't sure I had that smooth talking, trying to swing by late at night phone call. I didn't know if I had that with the player that was in the correct position on the pitch. Those are the 7. And I know at this point in YouTube, there's no one who's put out a more in-depth video covering a variety of different ways to score. If you have questions, if you want other videos going forward with tips and tutorials, please use the comments. Drop a like on the video, turn on some notifications. We are working hard. I'm talking overtime. Road to glory, tips, tutorials, overpowered. I'm giving you an upload every single day. I'm on Twitch every single day. I've got you covered. We're here for the grind. With all that being said, I appreciate you. Please stay beautiful, and I have a lot more content coming out for you ASAP.